I've been outside here working today, and we just got done with the rain shower, and Sarah just got back from picking up a bucket of eggs. We got a call from someone who said they were doing some yard work and found these eggs, and the base of the nest was destroyed, and they were kind of upset about that because they like snakes. They don't want to destroy the nest, but it was destroyed, and so they were afraid that all the eggs are dead and damaged. So we're going to take the eggs out, examine them, see if they're worth putting them in the incubator, and if they are, hopefully they'll hatch. So I've got a container I'm going to put the eggs in, at least the ones that we think might be good enough to hatch. And that egg looks pretty good. That doesn't look bad. You know, I'm trying not to turn these or mess with them too much. There's a lot of eggs in here. See, we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 16, 20, 25, 30, 40, 41, hang on now. Now what is it? Now this egg is empty. And it's not just empty, there's a little cut in the egg. This egg has been slit open. That means whatever was in here hatched. As these snakes grow, they develop an egg tooth. They use that to slice open the egg from the inside. So this snake is out crawling around somewhere, or he could still be in this bucket somewhere. We're going to set this egg to the side because I want to look at that again. 42, is it 42? 43? 43 eggs, wow. Whoa! There's a snake. But this is the lone snake that hatched right out of this egg. That's pretty cool. But I'm wondering why this is the only snake that's hatched. Surely it's not the only egg in here that's fertile. All these other eggs look pretty good. But if this one's ready to hatch, these eggs should be ready to hatch. So we're going to put them back in here and keep the temperature and moisture just right. And hopefully we're going to have some babies in another day or two. All right, so you can see right here, some of these eggs are beginning to hatch right now. So this egg in particular is one of the eggs where the little snake is sticking he was just sticking his nose out. I guess I just scared him back in there. There he is right there. See his little tongue? His tongue's starting to flick. He's flicking his tongue. Hey, buddy. There he is. Isn't that just the cutest little thing ever? That is so cool. So cool. So what I'm thinking is, because there's over 40 eggs here. Rat snakes can get big. They get over 6 feet, close to 7 feet long. But I don't think they're going to lay over 40 eggs, not one snake. So what I'm thinking, this must be from 2 different snakes, 2 clutches of eggs, and they were laid at different times. So one clutch is ready to hatch now, the other clutch, not quite yet. So I think I know what I'm going to do. The eggs that are getting ready to hatch, we're going to separate them and put them in a different container. And the ones that still need to hatch and need to incubate more, we're going to leave them just as they are. These 3 eggs are actually joined together. When the snake lays the eggs, they're really, really soft and kind of wet. And when the eggs come out and they touch each other, it's almost like they're glued together. Now what that does, it helps evenly distribute the temperature throughout the other eggs and keeps the temperature more constant. So we're going to leave them connected together and put them in there. And this guy, this little snake, he is ready He is ready to come out of there. So as far as I can tell, we have 11 eggs that are hatching right now. The other eggs, over 20 of them, are not quite ready. And just a few days later, the eggs began to hatch. Out of 42 eggs that we started out with, only 4 of them did not hatch. That means we've got 38 little baby snakes. That is a lot of snakes. And these little snakes are super cute. Every one of them is so healthy. They came out perfect. And these little snakes, they are very, very active. In the wild right now, they would be dispersing and going to look for their hiding places and maybe a good place to forage and look for food, because it's important that these snakes get at least 1, 2, or even 3 or more meals in them before it gets too cold for them to eat and they have to overwinter. So these snakes are raring to go, because once they're about a week old, all of these snakes shed their skin. And once that skin's off for the first time, man, that hunger really kicks in. And that really puts them in overdrive to make sure they go out and find that first meal. And every one of these snakes are right now ready to do just that. Let's take a close-up look at one of them. Now, it's got a very intricate pattern. And this snake is not necessarily going to look the same way as an adult. Here in the Southeast, we have a few different rat snakes. This is the Eastern rat snake, which we have the black phase and the yellow phase. So this would be the black rat snake. Then we also have a gray rat snake. And a gray rat snake will be a little lighter than this and will retain that pattern and color its whole life. But this snake will actually get a lot darker. Then we also have what's called a red rat snake, which most people know as a corn snake. Now, like I said, he's going to lose his pattern somewhat. Let me show you what this snake could look like as an adult. Those little babies have a lot of growing to do to catch up with this big fella. Now, because the rat snakes get so big, they seem to scare a lot of people, especially when the snake ends up in your yard, in your attic, maybe even in the living space of your house, which is actually quite common for rat snakes, simply because they're really good at finding rodents, and they're really good at following rodents into wherever the rodent's living. So that's why if you have a rat snake show up in your house, you probably have mice or rats or chipmunks or squirrels or birds or bats living in or around your house somewhere. These guys don't normally just show up for the fun of it, but they're really, really great snakes to have around. Now, what are we going to do with all the babies? So, the real question now is, what are we going to do with all these baby snakes that we've got? Now, we can't, you're putting your tail in my eyeball, okay? Please don't do that. I can't keep 38 snakes. I can't keep 38 rat snakes. So we're going to turn these snakes loose back near where they came from originally. Now, these snakes have shed. They are ready to eat. So before we turn them out, we are going to give them one really good meal to get in their system before they go on their way, which is really going to give them a good head start. Now, Sorry. Okay. And so the K-rat snake. So these snakes will be going into the wild here very soon, back near where they first came from, and they're going to be able to do all the cool little things that little rat snakes like to do. In the meantime, subscribe to our channel, check the description below, and see how you can order one of the Southeastern Reptile Rescue t-shirts for Snakes Are Us TV and support what we're doing.